A heated altercation in the occupied West Bank. An Israeli settler on the right in the red t-shirt walks up to a Palestinian and shoots him. A soldier simply escorts the shooter away. Settler violence here is nothing new. But Palestinian villagers say that since the October 7th Hamas terror attacks on Israel, settler violence seems more aimed at driving them from their homes.
Since the war began, they've come to us every night. One time, they dragged my husband for 50 metres along the ground. They beat him very hard. They told him, you have 24 hours to leave. If we come back and find you here, we'll shoot you. They told us to take all of this down ourselves. They said we had to demolish our own home.
Susya is hot. It's windy. Its terrain is tough. But for Halima's family, it's home. A home that now hardly has any water. Villagers say settlers destroyed most of Susya's wells and blocked the entrance to the village with boulders. Yet they refuse to go. In another part of the occupied West Bank, the intimidation has worked. This video shows the people of Wadi Siq leaving land they'd lived on for decades to escape repeated harassment by settlers. Within a month of the Hamas attacks, the UN says at least 15 communities like this have had to move. Settlers killed 8 Palestinians in the West Bank during the 7 weeks after October 7th. Even as they were packing up, these 3 men from Wadi Siq were reportedly attacked and humiliated. Ali Muhammad Arara is one of those that say they had to flee Wadi Siq with his family.
We left against our will. We didn't leave just like that. We left under fire because of the beatings.
In a written statement to DW, the IDF said its soldiers had a duty to protect Palestinians against violence. If they failed to intervene in cases of attack, they could face disciplinary action. Around 500,000 Israeli settlers live in the occupied West Bank. The settlements are considered illegal under international law, but they continue to grow with the support of consecutive Israeli governments. A pro-settler NGO co-founded by Israel's current far-right finance minister arranged a tour of the South Hebron Hills for journalists from around the world. The aim? To dispel, quote, fake news about recent reports of settler violence.
As the foot soldiers of Palestinian independence. That's who was living here. That's who's being paid to stay here. And they're not here now because they stopped being paid.
We stop in Khirbet Zannuta, one of the villages both the UN and Israeli human rights group B'Tselem say has been vacated due to settler violence.
When the war broke out, they packed all their stuff onto trucks and moved, knowing that with the massive Israeli army presence here now, and the possibility that the law would actually be enforced, this was not a very favorable place to be. They picked up all their stuff and relocated, which is what Bedouin do. They're nomads, right? This is one example of the 21 or 26 points in the B'Tselem report that is the basis for President Biden's accusations of settler violence. The vast majority are like this.
So
never any violence.
There is no settler violence. These people just up and left.
Correct. 100% correct.
It's a lot to take in.
To the settlers, Palestinians are, quote, squatters, as their homes lack Israeli building permits. The settlers say they are the ones under threat. Palestinians killed 4 Israelis in the West Bank during the 7 weeks after October 7. To the settlers, reports of increased settler violence are nothing but an attempt to undermine their community, the military that protects them, and the government that backs them. Just a 15-minute drive away, we're back in Susya. To Halima, the threat feels very real. She sleeps with her girls here, on this trailer, not because it can move, but so she can better see and hear if attackers come. I ask her what she wishes for.
I wish for safety and security. I just want to have a stable life. My daughters are growing up and they need a room of their own.
a room of their own right here. Not such a simple wish in this land that is so bitterly fought over.